Welcome back, everyone. Today, I want to talk through something that most content creators underestimate, and that is tax reporting and the compliance. A lot of creators focus on growing followers and the revenue, nothing wrong with that, but very few fully understand what needs to be reported, where it needs to be reported, and how quickly it can become a problem if it is not done timely. So today, I'm going to simplify this into 4 key areas for you: income tax reporting, foreign income tax reporting, multi-state reporting, sales tax obligation reporting. My goal is really simple. By the end of this session, you'll understand what applies to you and what to fix right now. Let's start with the biggest elephants in the room: income tax. For content creators, the biggest misunderstanding is that if I don't get a 1099, I don't need to report it. That is not true. That only gonna lead you to a place where you're misreporting your income and you thought nobody knows, but the IRS does know. So that is where we tell you that even though you don't get a 1099, that doesn't mean the IRS did not get a 1099. The platforms sending reporting to IRS for the third party they submitted money to, that including you. So IRS has the document. It listed under your ID, your EIN number, or your social security number. So even though you did not receive a 1099 because you moved, that doesn't mean the IRS don't know. So the things that counted in income, you already know that we talked about this in other webinars. So brand deal payment, affiliate commissions, ad revenue from YouTube, TikTok, and the sponsorship, free products that you got, and that fair market value is the taxable income. And even if you get paid through PayPal, Stripe, crypto, all of this income is still reportable. So with that said, you want to make sure that you capture your income for income tax reporting. Another big issue related to income tax reporting is mixing personal expenses with business expense. Mixing expenses is easy because that just comes naturally. But when you run a business, you want to intentionally separating them. When you get audited, you do not panic. This is part of the income tax reporting as well. If you have already done something and you get audited, you felt a little shaky inside of you, and do not panic. And certainly do not just hide the statement, hide the notice as if it didn't exist. Make sure you engage professionals to work with the auditor, not yourself. They assess the taxable income. They want to know every question they ask is meant to drive down the road a scenario, tax you or not tax you. So very simple. So with that said, if you don't deal with auditors day in, day out, it is definitely really important to hire people who knows how to work the audit for you. So with today's seminar, you can see that there's a lot of complexities in this business as a content creator because you are everywhere, you are omnipresent. So with that said, you really do have more complex income tax scenarios. Then someone works in the office for some big insurance company and it just simply get their W-2. So this is income tax reporting. You want to report your income tax properly. That's your number one. The next one, foreign income reporting, international income. When did international ever comes to play with content creators? You receive payments from foreign companies or foreign platforms, and you have overseas business activities. You hold funds in foreign accounts because your foreign platform refused to send money over to US account. So you have a foreign account. All of that triggers one yes question. Yes, you have foreign income. The US taxes is based on worldwide income. So as you are a green card holder or you are a US citizen, you are taxed with your worldwide income. So even if the income is earned outside of US, it is still should be must be reported timely in your U.S. tax return. So common scenarios would be that platform paying from the foreign entity, sponsorship deals that coming from international brand, you are managing your income internationally in Japan. So those are common things content creator would face. Of course, when you have foreign income, you have foreign income reporting requirement. This is compliance comes in. Depends on your situation, right? So you may need to file foreign bank account reporting. People call it FBAR, and it's Form 114. Also, foreign financial asset, if you keep a foreign account, in Japan, where you invested in the stock market over there because you don't use that money, then you have foreign asset. That is 8938. Of course, because you paid foreign taxes there in a foreign country, when you include foreign income into the US tax return, and you can file Form 1116 for foreign tax credit. So there's a lot of things going on, right? When you have foreign income, and you may say, oh, it's not a lot, and I don't have a lot, so I don't really have this kind of requirement. For the FBAR, the reporting, that requires if you have $10,000 balance in the bank at any given time in the year, you must report. So 8938 requires if you have more than $50,000 asset in your say stock trading account, you should report. So the penalty for not reporting is very big. One big beautiful penalty you will get. To assume the foreign income is not taxable, if you don't disclose the foreign account, nobody knows. Those are not good idea because between countries, there's also a lateral agreement. So the countries can exchange information upon request. And if you work with US allies country like Japan, and you can be sure that if there's an inquiry of you in Japan, the information will be readily available. If you work with countries like China, and then that may not go through. It just really depends on how US and the other countries' relationship is. So European countries for sure will coordinate with whatever US government is requesting. So with that said, you can tell if you're big enough, there is investigation on you and you will definitely be investigated if you are in the country that work with US on all issues. Foreign income reporting, failure carries some of the highest penalties in US tax system. No mercy, it's just charges. So make sure that if you deal with foreign income, that compliance is a serious one. The number 3 I bring to you is multi-state income reporting. This is where things get complicated quickly. Where is your income considered earned? One big fat question for you. The factors of this question matters because whether you live in that state and where the work is performed and where the customers are located, it all matters to this question. Examples would be you live in California but travel to New York for content work and you operate remotely but sell nationwide and you collaborate with brands in multiple states. So all of these are giving you different state income reporting requirement. Multi-state income tax compliance is not just about you filing more state tax return. It's about filing them correctly. If you don't file them correctly, the state will challenge you. And if you don't file them correctly, you may be double paying taxes all over the place. For the same income, you probably ended up paying 3 times. You don't want that. So to file them correctly is definitely an art of work that you need to do. So if you don't file the required non-residence return, you overpay in one state, then you underpay on the other state, and the other state easily come out to you because they have data for what happened in the state. So multi-state complications, it is a normal thing we see with content provider. So a lot of them just came to us when that already blew up in front of their face. But what we want to say to you is that if you notice your work is start crossing the state borders, and you want to proactively understand your responsibility and the compliance requirement. Multi-state compliance is important. The last one, but not the least, is the sales tax, even though it's not the biggest one, because not all the content creators subject to sales tax reporting. You may say that, when does sales tax applies to me? If you sell merchandise, if you sell digital products, okay, and your templates, your downloads, and memberships or paid communities, all of these things, and you actually collect sales tax. And you may have sales tax submission responsibility if you didn't do it through a established platform. Of course, some platforms do collect sales tax for you already, so you don't have to submit it because you already paid it through the platform. But if they did not, then you're the one responsible to submit the sales tax. So you need to understand a concept. It's called nexus. Nexus means that you have enough connection to a state that require you to collect sales tax for that state. So that can happen because you're physically located there, you live in that state, you physically operate there. It could also relate to you because economically you are connected to that state. The volume of the sales is big enough that that state require you to, number one, register sales tax permit, number two, collect sales tax for them, number three, file sales tax return. You could end up doing that for all 50 states. That's very possible when you are so successful. But if you get into that situation, you absolutely need professional help. Don't try to do that on your own. You know, every month you need to look at your sales volume and you need to use the threshold numbers each state has for you to make sure that you qualify, you don't qualify. If you qualify, immediately you register, you collect, you submit. But if you don't qualify, you need to let your customer know that they need to submit that sales tax to their state because it's a taxable service. It's a taxable merchandise. So make sure that you understand the compliance piece behind the sales tax. If you sell a $50,000 merchant into a state, even without you living there, and you may be required to, number one, register, number two, collect, number three, submit. You know, like I said, some platform already done that for you. You just need to make sure they're doing it right for you. Check your sales tax rate, making sure they did not give you a higher rate than what your customer resides. So those are the things. Compliance is part of your responsibility. Final message. The creators who succeed long term are not just creative person. They are also compliant. They are also structured. They are organized about how they run their business. You can say, I know how to create, but I do not like being organized for compliance purposes. That's okay. That's human nature. Then you need to consciously know. You need to hire someone to take over that for you. To give time for your creativity is to give attention to compliance. Do not assume you don't know is a get out of jail card. That is not. You don't know. You don't speak the language. It doesn't matter. They are content creators online turn dark overnight. Why do they turn dark? Because they failed compliance. They got shut down. Keep Community CPA in mind. We know how to protect you. All right. So this is our website, communitycpa.com. And you notice that we have this on board with us button. If you click that button, and you will sign up with us 24/7 whenever you have time through this button, then we will get back to you and get you connected with the right team member to help you out. So we have 6 partners, 2 managers listed on our website. 6 partners, we're all in different area of practice. So Dr. Hao, and one of the partner, and he is legal compliance and the immigration side of work. And Dan Kim, another partner, he's in charge of client service of market development. Juan, specialty in payroll accounting, sales tax. Song, he is our attest partner, handles audit. And Derek is our IT network architecture and IT partner. Tiffany is our tax manager. Eileen is our accounting and audit manager. And this is YouTube channel. We always deposit all of our webinars into here. And I hope that you will subscribe to our channel so you always get notified what we have for you next. And also, if you like our video, give a thumb up. Last, no responsibility disclaimer. Of course, all our webinars are for educational purposes, and it is not the tax, legal, accounting advice, because those advice need to give to you customized. We need to know who you are before we can finalize what is the advice. And be sure to review any decision with your CPA, your attorney, your tax advisor, or with Community CPA before you put that in action. All right, I'll talk to you again